Hi everyone, hope you're all doing good. So in today's video we are going to discuss about an interesting price action that is taking place in SBI. So I'm going to do the analysis on State Bank of India one-day time frame. I'm going to understand the price action and also I'm going to understand the volume in correlation with the price action, so we can understand what's actually happening behind the scenes of SBI stock prices. So first of all, I'm looking at one-day time frame. The reason is when I'm looking at one-day chart, I can get a very clear perspective of what's actually happening in the price action. So most of the traders usually look at lower time frame, but I usually start to do my analysis on one-day chart, and once I understand the price action on one-day chart, then I will move on to the lower time frame. So in this case, when I look at the one-day chart of SBI, I can see that the SBI stock prices are consistently moving in a kind of a sideways market. The prices are not trending upside, neither the prices are trending to the downside. Instead, what I see here is a clear-cut sideways market. So let me mark the sideways market over here. So let me point out from where I am seeing the sideways market behavior. So this is the beginning of the range in SBI stock prices. So exactly from February 2021, to be very precise, that is exactly from 15th February 2021, we can notice that SBI stock prices are actually moving in a sideways market. And not only that, the prices made the highest point somewhere along this particular level. So during the month of February and from the beginning of the year of 2021, the prices made higher highs, but the highest point the prices touched this year is somewhere around 426. So it is trading at the zone of 426 to 425 throughout all these months, right? So since from the month of February where it made a new high till now, you can notice that the stock prices of SBI is consistently trading within that particular level. It has neither went above the level, neither it has gone down below the level. So right after making a new high, first we had a very strong downswing, and followed by the downswing, we also had a very strong upswing. So let us mark this up. So exactly from 425 to all the way till somewhere around 325, that's almost like 100 points worth of sell-off. The share prices consistently went down. Then right after touching 325, once again the stock prices bounced back. So we can see a consecutive downswing. Followed by the downswing, we also have a consecutive upswing. So I have marked and circled up the point from where the stock prices have bounced up. So exactly touching this particular level, which is around 325, all of a sudden we can notice that the buyers quickly jumped into the market and they quickly bought the stock, which caused the stock prices to just shoot up, right? So this is a potential level of support along with the uppermost point over here, which is a potential level of resistance. And here is the most interesting thing that we need to consider. So what happens is whenever we see a price action like this, whenever we see a strong downswing followed by a strong upswing, so most of the new traders, especially the people who are just getting to people who are just getting started in the markets, they often get confused and they often get trapped in this type of market behavior. So whenever the market moves in a zigzag manner, it is not that much friendly for traders, and this also indicates a huge volatility that is actually taking place in the stock. All right. So when you see these type of price movements, when you see a kind of a zigzag up and down behavior, it's better to avoid trading in these type of market conditions. The reason is when you trade in these type of market conditions, you may often end up losing money. All right. So whenever I see these type of erratic price behavior, I won't trade in those kind of conditions. Whenever I notice these type of patterns on the price, I will never take any positions. I will simply ignore it. So right after this zigzag price action, we also have a kind of a narrow range over here. You can clearly notice this. So let me mark the beginning point of this particular narrow range. Let us see what's happening from this point. So from here And let me also just cover this on the volume. So we have two different structures on the price. So this is one of the structure where we are seeing a kind of a zigzag price action. And right after this structure, right now we have a kind of a very narrower range which is taking place in the price action. So when you look at these two different structures, you can also understand in the beginning of this particular structure, the volatility was very high, right? The SBI share prices had a very high volatility which caused the prices to move in a zigzag manner. And right after that, you can see the volatility quickly contracted, right? The volatility quickly went down, which caused the stock prices to move in a narrow manner, right? You can clearly notice this on the price action. So this is what we call as market structure. So market structure is one of the most important concept that all traders need to understand. So if you want to be a successful trader, if you want to find very good trading opportunities, you need to understand how to analyze the market structure. Alright. So in case if you are not aware of what is market structure, or if you are completely new to this particular concept, I have left a link of this particular article in the description box below. So make sure to check out that link. So if you go through that link, you'll be able to understand what exactly I'm talking about. Alright. Apart from that, right after this, this volatility expansion and followed by which we had a volatility contraction. Right now, I can see that, the prices are just moving in a kind of a range, but it is more like a narrower range. So within this narrower range, we can clearly see from where the buyers are buying the stock, and we can also notice clearly from where the sellers are actually selling the stock. So let me mark out those points. Alright. So as you can notice this particular chart, so every time when the prices goes higher, you can quickly see some selling pressure. Sellers are quickly selling the stock at each time the prices are making higher highs. We can clearly notice that. I have marked that starting point of the selling pressure using the line over here. So first when the prices went to somewhere around 440, we had a quick selling pressure. Again, when the prices went to somewhere around 459, we had another selling pressure. Again, when the prices went to somewhere around 466, quickly we had another selling pressure. So it looks like the sellers are consistently trying to interrupt the rising stock prices, right? The buyers are trying to put a barricade exactly from 450. They are not letting the stock prices cross beyond 450, all right? And apart from that, we can also notice some buying activity on the stock prices. So I will just mark out the points from where the buyers are trying to take control of the stock prices. So let me mark out those particular levels. Alright. So this is something very interesting. As you can notice, I have marked the points from where the buying pressure is trying to take control of the stock prices. So exactly from here and even from here, as you can notice, every time when the prices falls down, every time when the prices makes a kind of a low, quickly you can see the buying pressure is trying to take control of the stock prices. Quickly you can notice the buyers are trying to get into the stock, right? They're trying to buy the stock each time the stock prices makes a new low. So this clearly tells us that we can see the activity of both buyers and sellers on this particular stock. So the sellers are selling from the top and even the buyers are buying from the bottom. So we can see a kind of a consistent battle between buyers and sellers. Alright. So apart from this particular fact, we also notice another important thing that is taking place in the volume. So if you are paying a closer attention to the volume, you can understand what I'm saying. So if you look at the volume over here, you can clearly notice that since from the month of somewhere around, I guess, May, since from the month of May, the volume is consistently going down, right? So the volume is consistently decreasing. You can see the trend of the volume. So let me just highlight that. So as you can see over here, the volume is consistently making lower lows. The volume is consistently going down. Declining volume technically means less trading activity is actually taking place on the stock. I have already discussed about this, and also I have written a lot of contents on this particular topic, the topic of volume, and also I have covered how professional traders usually use the volume in one of my contents on my website. So make sure to check my website, that is www.tradingcoach.co.in, where you can find more informative articles and more informative contents related to the trading volume. Alright, so as of now you can see we have a declining volume, which technically means less trading activity is taking place and also less number of shares are actually traded in the stock exchange. So when you look at these factors, right, so when you see this sideways market behavior, when you see the declining volume, so we can understand that the SBI stock prices might continue to trade in the range bound market in upcoming days. So I can see a very good resistance level somewhere around 460, and I also see a very good resistance at 500. Likewise, when it comes to the support level, I see a very good support level at 400, and also I see a very good support level at somewhere around 350 and 375 as well, right? So let me just mark out those levels of support and resistance. So I mean we have a probable resistance at 460 and 500 and probable support at 400 and 375. Alright. So what I'm expecting is, I'm expecting the stock prices to move in a sideways market. I'm expecting them to trade within this range bound direction. So what I would do is in upcoming days I will keep an eye on the stock prices. I will try to look for some potential price action trading setup. I'm going to take my actual trades, right? I will try to take my positions only when the prices give me a possible and a good setup. So if the prices goes to the support level, if we see some good price action setup, we can go ahead and go for a long trade. Likewise, when the prices goes to the resistance, if we see some good bearish price action setup, we can go for a short trade. All right. So that's how I look at the price action of SBI. So keep an eye on the price action, take trades according to the market condition, and also make sure to keep a proper risk management whenever you are taking positions on the stock. Alright. So thanks a lot for watching. If you like this video, kindly click on the like button and also kindly visit our website. If you have any questions or if you have to share any feedbacks or if you have any inputs, kindly give it in the comment section below. Thanks a lot.